In a bustling city alive with opportunities and challenges, lived a young student named Arjun. He came from a modest family where dreams were often spoken of in whispers, shadowed by the reality of daily struggles. But Arjun's mind was different, filled with questions, ideas, and a burning desire to shape his own future. He looked out his window each morning as the sun filtered through the crowded skyline and promised himself, "I will chase my dreams no matter the obstacles." From a young age, Arjun understood the value of education. His parents, though unable to provide luxuries, always encouraged him to study hard, to read widely, and to believe in his potential. But the world outside was not always as kind. His classmates often teased him for his worn-out shoes and secondhand books. Teachers sometimes overlooked him, assuming he would never stand out. Yet rather than let these moments define him, Arjun used them as fuel. "I'll prove myself," he whispered each night before sleep, clutching his textbooks with hope. One day, news spread through the school about an upcoming national science competition. The winner would receive a scholarship to a prestigious university, a chance to step onto a bigger stage. Arjun's heart raced at the thought. He knew this was his opportunity, a chance to show everyone what he was capable of. But doubts crept in as well. Was he good enough? Could he compete with students from wealthier backgrounds, those who had tutors and access to advanced resources? Despite the uncertainty, Arjun decided to participate. The path wasn't easy. He spent late nights in the local library, poring over scientific journals and textbooks, sometimes with only a dim lamp to light the pages. He asked questions, sought guidance from teachers, and even watched educational videos on borrowed devices. There were moments when fatigue threatened to overwhelm him, and loneliness sometimes wrapped around him like a heavy blanket. Yet every time he felt his resolve waver, he remembered his promise to chase his dreams and prove himself. As the competition day drew closer, Arjun's determination became infectious. His parents, seeing his dedication, began to support him in every way possible, preparing his favorite meals, offering words of encouragement, and even accompanying him to the library. A few classmates, inspired by his hard work, reached out to study together. Slowly, the invisible walls that separated him from others began to crumble. Arjun realized that chasing dreams was not just about personal ambition, but about building bridges, inspiring others, and creating a ripple of hope. On the morning of the competition, Arjun woke up before sunrise. He dressed in his cleanest clothes, packed his notes, and took a deep breath. The journey to the competition hall seemed long, filled with anticipation and nerves. When he arrived, he saw students from all over the country, confident, prepared, and ready to compete. For a moment, the old doubts threatened to return. But Arjun remembered the countless hours he had spent preparing. He remembered his family's sacrifices. He remembered the promise he had made to himself. The competition began, and each challenge tested not only knowledge, but creativity, resilience, and the ability to think on one's feet. Arjun faced difficult questions and unexpected problems. Sometimes he stumbled, sometimes he soared. But through it all, he kept going, fueled by the belief that dreams are meant to be pursued, no matter the odds. When the results were announced, Arjun's heart pounded. He heard his name called as one of the top winners. Tears welled in his eyes, not just because he had succeeded, but because he had proven to himself and others that determination, hard work, and belief could break barriers. The scholarship would change his life, opening doors he had only dreamed about. But Arjun's journey didn't end there. He knew that proving himself was not a single moment, but a lifelong pursuit. As he entered university, he continued to study diligently, always remembering where he came from and the people who believed in him. He volunteered to tutor younger students, sharing his story and encouraging them to chase their own dreams. He joined clubs, took part in research projects, and seized every opportunity to learn and grow. There were challenges along the way, difficult exams, moments of self-doubt, and the fierce competition of university life. But Arjun never gave up. He found strength in his journey, knowing that every setback was a lesson, every success a step forward. He understood that chasing dreams is not about reaching a final destination, but about the courage to keep moving, even when the path is uncertain. As the years passed, Arjun graduated with honors. He became a scientist, working on projects that could change lives. Yet he remained humble, always returning to his old neighborhood to inspire the next generation. He spoke at schools, telling students about his journey, about the power of believing in oneself, the importance of perseverance, and the magic of chasing dreams. His story became a beacon for many. Students who once doubted themselves found hope in his words. Teachers began to recognize potential in every child, regardless of their background. Families learned to support their children's ambitions, knowing that with encouragement and hard work, anything is possible. The message was clear. No dream is too big and no challenge too great. To chase your dreams is to embrace every moment, the struggles, the triumphs, the lessons learned along the way. To prove yourself is not about showing others what you can do, but about discovering your own strength and using it to make a difference. Arjun's journey teaches us that success is not reserved for the privileged or the lucky. It belongs to those who dare to dream, who work tirelessly, and who refuse to give up. It belongs to those who turn obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into comebacks. It belongs to those who, despite the noise of doubt and fear, listen to the quiet voice within that says, "Keep going, you can do this." If you are a student with dreams in your heart, remember Arjun's story. Remember that your journey will have ups and downs, but every step matters. Believe in yourself, even when others don't. Work hard, even when it seems impossible. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. And most importantly, never stop chasing your dreams. Your future is in your hands. The world is waiting for your ideas, your passion, your courage. Chase your dreams, prove yourself, and let your story inspire others. Because when you dare to believe, anything is possible.